Shalom, shalom. I want to start off, call hello, Yahweh, Salakia. Just want to start off, call hello, Allah, Yahweh, Ba'Yashem, Yahweh Shah, Wahar, Ha, Kudash, Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, and risking their lives and freedom to do so. Shalom to the hopeful elect brethren out there that are listening and learning. Hopefully, this is an edifying video. Shalom to the Akwat and the Akim out there. Like I said, listening and learning. Shalom to the confusion of faith brethren that's joined onto our ranks, as well as those that were hoping to join onto our ranks. Once again, it's the brother Yahweh Sup out of the GMS Cleveland Church, coming at you with another lesson. I was thinking about redoing this lesson because, for whatever reason, I just switched jobs, and this third shift is kind of kicking me in the ass. So I did a video out of this book, and I ended up deleting the damn video. You know what I mean? So can't even say it was Satan. It was really me, just probably being tired. You know what I mean? But brethren actually being brotherly. Well, they always brotherly. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was texting, but not everybody texting. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. So through the spirit, I probably will do the video over. I didn't want to because I didn't really go into too much different stuff, but at the same time, I'm probably gonna do it because who wrote the book and whatnot. Anyhow, it's a series that the apostles started called "This Is Why We Call You the Devil." I found out, and through the spirit, I wanted to do one. So mine is the take on, this is why we call him the devil. Esau, because him legalizing the homosexuality, the transgender-ism, this big push. And I got a few articles and bring out a few scripts, and that'll be that. Salakia. Bear with me for a second. Salakia for that. Like I say, so with that being said, here's one of the articles. This is the New York Times. I don't know what date this is. August 4th, 2018. It says a record number of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender candidates are running for office in November as the Trump administration and state-level politicians have moved to roll back some legal protections. And this is one of them. Sharice Daves, a leading Democrat in the top congressional primary in Kansas on Tuesday, is a lesbian and Native American, so she's a Jake. And, she all the way off, you know what I'm saying? Who wants LGBT people sitting in the room while decisions are being made. And you see who's the writers, Liam Stack and Katie Edmondson. August 4th, 2018. August City, Salakia. Kansas City, Kansas. Sharice Davis, a leading Democrat in a key congressional primary election on Tuesday, finished a White House fellowship in the early months of the Trump administration. As a lesbian and a Native American, she became convinced that hard-won progress on issues like gay rights and the environment would erode under Mr. Trump. And though Kansas is her district, might support her as a counterforce to the president. We have to focus on getting more people elected to decision-making positions because that's the way that we offset someone who wants to destroy the EPA being appointed to run the EPA. She said, referring to Scott Pruitt, Mr. Trump's now departed agency administrator. Mrs. Davis is among more than 400 gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender candidates. Mrs. Davis is among more than 400 gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender candidates running for office this year, a record number according to a group that tracks such data. And that's probably enough right there. Well, let me read this. Around half of these candidates are running for state offices, a priority for activists who say many of the most important civil rights battles are happening close to home. In 2017, more than 120 bills described as anti-LGBT were introduced across 30 states, including adoption laws and so-called bathroom bills. According to the Human Rights Campaign, by January 12th, them had become law. We have seen a clear correlation between the presence of our legislators and passage of the legislation, said Anise Parker, the former mayor of Houston and the chief executive of the LGBTQ. So at the end of the day, I can see them having an issue against Trump because, truth be told, like Trump actually, that slogan "Make America Great Again," which I heard, I think it was Elder Apostle Aramla. I can't remember what apostle brought it up, but he said that was actually Reagan's slogan, and he piggyback off of it, like most of these devils do. But Trump, in his mind, he really is trying to make this bitch great again, you know what I mean? Or he's trying to hold on. See, you get your order out of chaos. This is going to fall regardless. I think, at the end of, you should realize how fucked up America is because they put a businessman as the president, letting you know, they showing so much truth. They letting you know that this bitch is a corporation for real. They got a businessman, a man that never had no understanding of politics. And show you how funny it is, you had all these stupid ass jakes to even these fucking Edomites that backed this man thinking that he was gonna actually be for the people and break this bitch right again. And then what he do? He took it and looked at it like exactly a business. He doesn't relate to you're a human being. You gotta remember he grew up with money. He doesn't relate to a lot of shit you do. He's always had a silver spoon in his mouth. He's an arrogant man, and he's like I'm reading a book right now called Trumpocalypse. I'm gonna show you the cover of it, and it's somewhat informative from the standpoint. I think these guys that wrote this book are basically Trump support. I mean, it is some good tidbits in here, but from their perspective, I guess they thinking that like Trump is actually like a God-fearing man, which is bullshit, you know what I mean? Because they went into trying to say that the first person that gave him his Bible was his mother or some stupid ass shit like that. It went into his real name, that his grandfather came from Germany and all this other shit. And the grandfather was the one that actually made the money, and it tells you how his name was Dormorph or something like that. And then they immigration exposed, it got changed to. But with these devils, they lie so fucking much, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they covering up who the fuck they really is. Because at the end of the day, for you to get, it's like with this Mark Zuckerberg. You come to find out he's related to people. That's how you got the. It's all about who you related to and who you know. You know what I mean? But my point of going on and all of that, I can see them having a problem with it because I was just reading an article like. Through the Trump administration, Trump actually does try to do a lot of what he say. You know what I mean? That's why he's so adamant about this border wall shit. And I'm sure there's more stuff behind it as well. But he actually he doesn't like them homosexuals in the military. He actually had the Supreme Court actually do a ban. You know what I'm saying? As far as I can see them against him. But my point being is these people. You got all these people that's homosexuals. About to be behind the laws, which these people openly are saying that we ain't even talking about those that are still in the closet. You know what I mean? So they already got a voice, but now they want a more so voice. And then at the end of the day, if a person's mindset is that way, like if they don't think nothing's wrong with a man, or a woman, of course they're gonna make laws and pass legislation that's gonna cater towards them. Just like when, a lot of, everybody always quick to say about how Obama, which wasn't a Jake, he's a Hamite, was so much for us when he really fucking wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, do you know how much black and black crime happened in Obama watch? While they talking about how passive Obama was, you know how many motherfucking airstrikes and drone attacks Obama did? Do you know how much actual fucking legislation got passed for homosexuals because of Obama? That's why, and I've seen the pictures. You know, I forgot what website. I used to go to this little blog, and this guy had so many like incriminating pictures. If I can find it again, I will, you know what I mean, make it known or leave it in the description box. But he had the picture with Obama at a young age with this Indian guy. You know what I mean? You could tell the Indian guy just a fucking, you know, flaming faggot. And Obama just got a big grin on his face like he sitting with the baddest bitch in the world. And this a fucking dude. So, it is what it is, though. So, just bringing out that article. Bear with me for a second, cause like I said, this job kicking my ass. Let me see. It's a single term that includes. Let's see what this one is. It's time to drop the LGBT from LGBTQ. The case for a new term that describes all sexual minorities. Fuck all that. We ain't even gonna read that one. Cause my point being, oh shit. Okay, I got a couple articles right here. This one is from the Medium, August 19th, 2017. When you say I would never date a trans person, is transphobic. Ain't that about a bitch? Here's why. Click here to listen. There has been a lot of discussion lately about transgender people, specifically about whether you are transphobic or not, if you have a preference against dating trans people. Many well-meaning allies, friends, and family members of transgender people will say things like, well, I'm glad that Sarah's living her life out loud, but I just don't think I could ever date a trans person. It's just really a personal preference for me. These people and many others in the world feel that it's okay if trans people want to be out and live their life as a woman, a man, or a non-binary person, but ultimately they say that they are just not attracted to any transgender people. But we talk about how that sentiment alone is transphobic. I want to be direct about the fear that trans people, especially trans women, face in the world of dating cisgender people. Now, mind you, they're trying to say that if you are the way the Most High God created you, a man and a woman, and you look at it that way, there's something wrong with you. If you think, basically, they're trying to say something wrong with you if you don't find them. This motherfucker, let's say for instance, a man got his rod chopped off, he think he want to be a woman, or the Most High put that perverse spirit on him to let him do all that shit. At the end of the day, this show you how fucked up Esau is. It really got you where you thinking. They want you to think like it's something wrong with you because you not interested in them. That's the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, what's the scripture? I think it's Genesis 1:28. Bear with me for a second. So tired. Lord will give me the strength to pull through this. I think it's Genesis 1:28. And Yahweh blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So Yahweh created man in his own image, and in the image of Yahweh created he him, male and female created he them. So, and then Yahweh blessed them and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply. You cannot be fruitful and multiply when it's a man, or a female and a female. That's that's death. The only way you can create life is the way the Most High set it up, with a male and a female. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm gonna get Romans real quick, because I mean, now if the Most High put that perverse spirit on you, then He left you up to your own lust. This is the book of Romans 1:26. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And especially in Esau's society. Don't get me wrong, you've got Jake that partake in the shit, you know what I mean? But, at the same time, a lot of that homosexuality came from, Esau and the Hamites, you know what I mean? Real talk, a lot of that in the Egyptian culture, You know what I mean? A lot of that was in the Greek culture, of course, in the Roman culture. And Jake partaking in a lot of stuff too. Because they always wanted to be joined on to these other nations, and it's so funny. You still see that to this fucking day. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you are a prince of the power, or you actually are connected to the one true living power, while all the other gods of the all the gods of the other nations are idols. You know what I'm saying? The Most High put that vain thought in their mind of worship of rock or a piece of wood. You know what I mean? Like, but yet still, I mean, and that's why I say that's why I can see why 2/3 got to die. Even their women did change the natural use unto that which is against nature. Verse 27. Likewise, also the men leaving the natural use of the women. So they chose to leave what was the Most High set it up and what's good. I mean, ain't nothing like no box. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's overrated. You know what I mean? Some of these, but ain't nothing like no kobach. You know what I'm saying? In their lust one another toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met. Take the time to think about this. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High, everything he do, he's systematic, and it's cold how he do it. Like one of the brothers that's in the camp, one of the head, he always go into how cold the angels was, because everything was set up like an opposite. So if he made hot, he made cold. When he made good, he made evil. When he made, you know what I mean? Like everything has its opposite. So you know what I'm saying? Like just imagine going through this bullshit. Just like for instance, ain't nothing like no kabak, and ain't nothing like you talk to a real woman that really like men. She gonna tell you ain't nothing like no, you know what I'm saying? Like no ride. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Anyhow, error which was met. Verse 28, even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. And when you take time to look at a lot of these motherfuckers that's actually like homosexuals and transgenders, they don't believe in the Most High. You know what I mean? You might got one that's just really bugged out, and the Most High set over, like it says in Scripture, he want to retain the knowledge of the Yahweh, so he gave him over to a reprobate mind. But most of those people that's like off into like on that homosexuality shit, they don't believe in a higher power, because it tells you clearly in Scripture that you're not supposed to do that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get actually the book of Leviticus, because it's repeated. Like brothers was going into how like a lot of the scriptures they repeat themselves. The same like it don't seem like to us that we're repeating ourselves, but you got scoffers and 2/3 Jake and niggas in the world that you might go out on the highways and hedges and then you see some of this, like we always speak when we're out there, how a lot of times we see the same fucking faces. You know what I'm saying? And they looking at us like we saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've literally heard somebody say that, but at the same time, the Most High, that's how stubborn Jake is. You know what I mean? I mean, it ain't very complicated, but you know how they say some people take things that's simple and make them complicated. That's why he keep on reiterating it, because when he does pull away that hedge of protection or that grace and takes that grace away, like the Messiah said, if I hadn't come, it would be no cloak for their sins. It would be a cloak for their sins, but now that I have come, there's no cloak for their sins. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It's not going to be an excuse, because, like you said, we keep saying the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? Let you tell it. This is Leviticus 20 and 13. This is in the law. It says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Now, I should have went 18 first, but it doesn't really matter. It's reiterating the same exact thing. It's the same thing. Thou shalt not lie with mankind. H2145. From properly, remember, that is a male of man or animals as being the most noteworthy sex. Him, male, man, child. So, ain't no fucking way around it. But, like they say, some of these people, that's what 2/3 gotta die. Some of these people are just wholly given over to sin. I'm gonna get that. And what is sin? 1 John 3 and 4. 1 John 3 and 4. I said, what is sin? Whoever committeth sin. So, because What is sin? Whoever committed sin, sin is transgressive, or whoever committed sin, transgressive also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. So sin would be the breaking of the law. So if Leviticus 20 and 13 and 18 and 22 are a part of the laws, a man should not lay with man or a woman should not lay with woman, then that's breaking of the law. That's transgression of the law. I'm going to get back into this article. Look, let's show you how fucked up they really want you to. This motherfucker's dating as a trans woman online or in person often means an exhausting stream of inappropriate fetishing. I don't even want to read this no more. For the motherfucker to show you how and why would you even get? It says in scripture you're supposed to destroy something like this. It's abominable. You know what I mean? And Esau will get this motherfucker a platform, letting you know so to the point it's 400 fucking lesbian, transgender, homosexual motherfuckers running for fucking office. And like I said, you don't even know how many in fucking office. You know how many people they said it was actually homosexuals? I mean, like for Jesse Jackson, you know what I'm saying? They was talking about, listen, I mean, like I put up a video I watched on so-called that fake ass Martin Luther Coon Day, and it's a brother called Chronicles of Judah, something like that. It's a deep video though. He went into the whole little history about, you know, how he really was a pupil of Bacchus, and you know, I mean, he was a communist, and he really didn't believe in the Bible, and I could believe so. You know what I mean? Like I said, you grew up your whole life thinking that, you know, he wrote that speech, and come to find out that they ain't even fucking he didn't even write it. The fucking Edomites wrote it. You know what I'm saying? What's that scripture? When Jeremiah, when he said, "I have dreamed, I have dreamed." I'm not even gonna get it, but you know what I mean. Letting you know how cold the Bible was. It was already letting you know this is what a lot of so-called Jakes, well, not so-called, but a lot of Jakes hold on to, so-called blacks. You know, that Martin Luther King, oh yeah, I have a dream, I have a dream. And I mean, come on, like, our people are just fucking destroyed. And to show you how cold the Most High is, he said, putting false prophets. When you really go into that book of Jeremiah, Jeremiah was contending with a whole bunch of fucking false prophets. And it making known, he said, let me get it real quick. Here, go right here, Jeremiah 23 and 20. Oh, I started 24. Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? This is the Most High. Do, can I see him, saith the Lord? Do not feel heaven and earth, saith the Lord. Do I not feel heaven and earth, saith the Lord? So the Lord is in control of all things. And then you got people that's sitting up there, like I said, taking his word, using it for their own vain imaginations, trying to profit off of it for filthy lucre's sake. You know, you got people that do things in the dark, not realizing that you got angels that's sitting up there watching everything you're doing and running back reporting to the Most High. You know what I mean? So the things that's done in the dark do come to light. That's why, look, think about it. These motherfuckers that literally tried to hide history and all kind of change things, all that. You know what I mean? And look at it. If that ain't proof in the pudding that through what's hidden in the dark come to light, how, I mean, all this information is coming out today. Who you really are as a people, all that. You know, the things that these people have done, these atrocities that they're trying to sweep under the rug. You know what I mean? Fucking devil. Verse 25, I have heard what the prophets said that prophesied lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. Verse 26, how long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that the prophecies lie? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart, which Martin Luther King was. And then, you know, like they got this video surfacing on YouTube talking about it was a nurse that was at the hospital when he died, and how, you know, all these different people in the government basically took him off the life support, smothered him, spit on him, all this old shit. And rightly so. If the Most High allowed you to do, because at the end of the day, you, like I said, like a gift destroyeth the heart for real. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, you got Vernon, like, Vernon would have loved a bit of Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying? You know, because, you know what I mean? You gotta remember that like that. Like, but I mean, you know, these people are profiting for to deceive and lie to your people. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Then they, you know what I'm saying? How many gonna actually do like a Moses and say, know what? I'm gonna suffer with my people. Fuck the enmities of this place. I'm gonna go and suffer with my people. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hang. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Another article. Transgender activist: straight men should work through non-attraction to transgender women. Do you hear this shit? That's what I said. This is Esau giving. It says transgender activists: straight men should work through non-attraction to transgender women. If they could, they would motherfucking make it a law. You know what's up? My damn demon. You know what I mean? We was going through a situation with one of my children, right? Way before, you know what I mean? Like, I got, a couple of years ago. Put it like this. And just so happened, her judge was a transgender. Now, if it came all out about what had transpired, because at the end of the day, she a damn demon, but certain things she do stand on, like, she ain't in the truth, but she do know it was Most High. She do know he, the Most High and the Messiah are so-called black men. She don't go by the name, so, she's off completely on a lot of shit, but then on certain things, she aware of. But she won't bite her tongue on that homosexuality shit. But if that judge would have knew that, the case had something to do with something she said about, a homosexual and all that. At the end of the day, who's to say, but that was all through the Most High. But, it could have been ugly, you know what I mean? But that's how you know that the Most High really controls the mind of men. I'm going to read this article a little bit. Seems it's not enough for transgenders to merely push for acceptance and force laws to change so they can use bathrooms that correspond to whatever gender they identify with. Hitting deeper, the new push has been to get people to speak transgenders' preferred pronouns in conversation or suffer shaming and backlash. What could possibly be next, you might ask? Well, one transgender activist insists that straight men who don't desire transgender women simply have an issue they should try to work through. And only like a mindset like that. You know there's got to be an Edomite ideology. Because only Edomites, like these are the one people that go around the whole earth. If anybody should be conquering everybody and making them worship a power, it should be the Israelites should be conquering everybody because we serve the one living power. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the power that created everything, the earth that we're dwelling on, we serve. So if, like it says, like in the kingdom, all nations gonna bow down and serve and worship, our power. But only Edomite goes to all these different countries and pushes their, Christianity doctrine, and and that comes with all this other shit along with it. You know what I mean? That pushing religion basically. But how the fuck they gonna tell you that you something wrong with you or you gotta get over it? If you like, what the fuck? That's the devil, man. I got what was scripture? Maybe two. Because on that note, I think about it. Besides the fact that I pretty much brought everything up. If brothers get any, have any responses, please put them up. Because at the end of the day, like what the scripture says, all liars, adulterers, whoremongers, certain people is not going to inherit the kingdom. They're going to go in the lake of fire in the book of Revelations. At the end of the day, you really think that these fucking homosexuals going to be in the kingdom? Hell no. Like with a 2/3 nigga, they going to be fucking like burnt with the stubble, you know what I mean? And when you go into that word stubble, that's like the easiest part that catches fire, like the chaff. 1 Corinthians 6, starting at verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. And that's the spirit, because I was just looking for that, the precept is the one in Revelation. Now it says abusers of themselves with mankind. G733. Sodomite, meaning homosexual. Or coitus from G730, G2845, a sodomite. It will not inherit the kingdom. Well, that's the point. You know what I mean? I ain't got to even go no more. I think it's one more scripture. Acts.
I thought that was something else. So, at the end of the day, my point being, these people, these Edomites, with they fucked up thing, even these Jakes, that's, them conformed and followed they father the devil, his ideologies and all that. You're not bringing that shit in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. You're gonna die on this side, and then that fucking that wicked ass spirit is gonna stay over. You know what I mean? Ugh. I say, man, when you take time to really meditate on that, these motherfuckers want to say something wrong with you for not accepting what they saying. That's like a motherfucker sit up there and steal from you and then want you to feel guilty because you caught him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Oh, man, I hate this fucking place. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Call halal Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shab by Hashem. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity and risking their lives and freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwaf and the Akim out there listening and learning. Hopefully this was edifying. Adawan Ratazar. I can redo that video and come out with more videos, Lord will, as soon as possible. And with that, shalom, shalom, and a ball. Death to America, man. Fucking faggots.